Hi everybody, welcome to this Domino 1 versus Articulate 360 head-to-head. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Rebecca Clark. I'm the Services Director at Llama Brown and I will be facilitating this session. Llama Brown is a content development, management and hosting company, and our content authors have a broad knowledge of e-learning content development tools accumulated over many years of project experience. If you've seen our previous session around accessibility, you'll already be familiar with the format of these short sessions, but for those of you that aren't, we're going to be comparing two of the most popular content authoring tools, Domino 1 and Articulate 360. Our authors have a lot of experience of both these tools and have found that there are key differences that make the tools more appropriate in particular use cases. Something that often causes a great deal of frustration amongst our content development teams is collaboration, both for authors and reviewers. Creating content rarely falls to one author. They're usually instructional designers, subject matter experts, multimedia developers, sometimes contractors, and so on. Without the right tool, collaboration often means endless email threads, lost versions, and a lot of duplicated effort. A strong authoring tool should make teamwork easier, not harder. It should support multiple people working together in real time, or at least streamline how content is shared and updated. This doesn't just apply to author collaboration, of course, because review collaboration is often the part of the process that can slow projects down the most. Gathering feedback from SMEs, managers, stakeholders can get messy, especially when comments come in through email chains, spreadsheets, or screenshots. A good tool should make it simple to share content, capture feedback, and keep everyone on the same page. So today I'm joined by two of our content authors, Tom Clark. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
In addition to being one of our lead content authors with hands-on experience of both Domino 1 and Articulate 360, Tom is an expert on our learning record store, providing training to ensure clients utilize it effectively. And Tom Lee. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Tom is an instructional graphic designer. His authoring experience also spans both tools with an emphasis on responsive design, but he also works with tools such as Beyond to integrate multimedia into our clients' e-learning projects. Essentially, in our discussion today, we want to find out how these tools streamline feedback, reduce confusion, and help teams get courses finalised faster without unnecessary frustration. So I'm going to dive straight in. How do these tools support multiple authors working on the same project? How about, should we start with Domino, Tom?
Yes. Domino is a fully collaborative environment. It's a true multi-author environment. Authors can work on the same content, the same projects at the same time. Not necessarily the same page, but the same projects. It has a full media library and all elements can be shared and reused. Finasset is updated, automatically updates wherever it is used, and all the elements are linked to the original source file. Domino has 3 levels of author. It has Essentials, Essential Plus, and Designer. Any of these levels are able to publish the content. However, administrators can set up permissions against roles or authors to restrict that to certain functionality when necessary.
Okay. How about Articulate, Tom Lee?
Yeah, so Articulate has 2 development tools, Rise and Storyline. Storyline isn't collaborative at all, as everything's saved locally. Rise is a bit more because it's in the cloud, so everyone can access it, but you can't work on the same project at the same time. You still have to share a project if you want anyone else in your team to see it, sort of like you would pass a document around through email with permissions assigned to whoever's working on it next. There's also no centralized media library, so you can't share assets of content.
Right.
There are 3 authoring levels in Rise: owner, editor, and manager. But again, there's little difference between the 3 other than the permissions around sharing the course. Only the owner can republish a course as the same version to previous versions, so that any comments are kept from previous versions. But if it's published by another role, all those previous comments will be lost. Ownership can be transferred of courses between the team, but the comments are again still lost when the new owner will publish the course.
Okay, so few issues around assigning authors to different courses and things and actually being able to collaborate that way.
Another great feature of Domino is that it supports authors on multiple projects. It's got a feature called Teams and Collections. So you can have teams of authors assigned to particular collections of content, and then they are automatically assigned any items as they are created. So it really helps teams work together to produce content.
Great. Okay. So how do these tools solve the version control headaches we all know too well?
I would say when the content is out for review and you're in the development suite in Rise, you can quickly switch between previous versions and call up any version you'd like and see previous comments.
Okay, but that's in Rise.
That's just in Rise, I'm afraid, yeah.
Yeah.
But with Domino, you can retrieve older versions, but actually reviewing as a reviewer, there's no control over what you see. You just see the current version. As a developer, you can roll back to which state you need to. There are a few more clicks in Domino, but it is possible.
Okay. So let's talk about review setup and access. For example, how easy is it to share content within a team once it's in review? Is the review process happening in real time? Can reviewers communicate with each other directly when they're reviewing?
In Domino, reviewers are invited by email. There's no license required. And once you receive that email and you click the link, you can review the content immediately. It's cloud-based, it's live, so therefore updates appear instantly, comments appear instantly, so the reviewer can leave the comment, I get it instantly, I make that change, the reviewer sees it immediately. There's no republishing or exporting required, which also saves you a lot of time. Because it's not saved locally, you don't have multiple versions of the same file to save as different versions. It's all live, so it all happens instantly.
Okay. What about Articulate 360?
Both Storyline and Rise use a tool called Review 360 for feedback, which is another tool under the Articulate umbrella. Storyline is local though, so again, every change requires a republishing to Review 360. Although Revise is also cloud-based, it still does require a manual republishing. And yeah, the collaboration in Review of 360 works, but it isn't automatic. The permissions around each review are set when the course is published, but the permissions are strong. You can invite specific individuals or teams to access the folders with auto access. And then also the version control does work well if you publish as a new version, not a new project.
Okay. So how do the review portals work? What are the differences, you would say? Are comments from earlier versions easy to access, or can they be hidden to avoid clutter, for example?
In Domino, the review periods can be scheduled, so you can set a start date and an end date. All commenting is true live environment, as I said before. Comments appear instantly. You get a little notification in the development area, so comments can be left and applied instantaneously. Inline comments can be provided, so reviewers can leave comments on actual individual elements on the page, not just the whole page. The reviewer can focus on a certain bit and leave a comment on whatever they want, and that also includes a timestamp of if it's at a certain point of a video or one of the capture recordings. The review portal remembers where it is and will leave a timestamp to help development and to fix that edit that is required. Conversations are threaded for reviewers, so you can like a comment or you can reply to a comment, so you can start a conversation about what is required. From the development side of things, comments can be completed. There's a status option, so you can set it to completed or in progress or unresolved or waiting for further information. So you get a trail of what is going on with the review. There is a full timestamped audit trail, and it really feels like an integrated collaborative workspace. You're working together. As the comments come through, you're making the changes. It's all live. It's all instantaneously. There's no republishing. It works really, really well.
Just quickly, one of my questions was, are comments from earlier versions easy to access, or can they be hidden to avoid clutter? I don't think they retain comments from earlier versions, or it's just a constant stream of comments in Domino, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes, all comments are available. So no, they can't be hidden. But yes, all, because it's the same version being updated necessarily, all comments are saved. So yeah, they're always there. You can export them as well to an Excel file if required.
Okay. How about Articulate and Review 360, Tom Lee?
So yeah, Review 360, it has a very clean UI, and you get clear threaded comments. Also automatic screenshots with each comment. So it's a huge benefit for the developer who sees each comment. They can see a screenshot with the exact point that the comment is being made about. It just helps authors match feedback to specific on-screen content quicker. And also the comments appear immediately inside the development UI. So you don't have to constantly be in Review 360 to access each individual comment. But the pitfall of it again is once you republish the course, if you were to publish it incorrectly as a new item, you will wipe out all of the comment history from previous versions.
Right, okay, probably a good one to remember. Okay, you've given a lot of really valuable comparisons there, thank you. How would you summarize the collaboration features for each tool? Let's start with dominKnow, Tom Clark.
It's a true live multi-author environment where all content and media elements can be shared and reused again across all courses. Authors can work together on the same projects, and it also offers a real-time cloud-based review system with instant updates and no license barriers.
Okay, great. And Articulate, Tom Lee?
Articulate, it falls short in terms of true collaboration. Storyline, everything is local, has to be uploaded. And in Rise, everything has to be shared correctly between your teams. There are workarounds, but it's hard to know everything's been shared correctly, which I think is an issue. It's not a specific way of sharing content. The issue specifically with Storyline is that if the author is unable to access their computer for any reason, other members of the team can't step in to take control of the content.
Okay.
And yeah, Articulate has a very well-organized review hub, but again, it relies on constant republishing.
That's the core difference. It's dominKnow is live and Articulate is republished. That's the core difference.
Okay, great. Thank you both for all of your thoughts. Hopefully that's given our listeners a good idea of how each of these development tools can handle large teams of authors collaborating and reviewing e-learning content. That's all from today's session. Hope you'll join us next time. Thanks very much, everybody.